Listen up, Rams House, because we need to talk about something that's absolutely wild and frankly disrespectful to everything our boys in blue and gold have accomplished this season. Sean McVay nearly fell out of his chair when he heard what people were saying about Matthew Stafford, and honestly, I don't blame him one bit, because these rumors are absolutely insane, and we need to set the record straight right here, right now. So here's what went down, and trust me, you're gonna want to hear this, because it speaks volumes about the character and dedication of our franchise quarterback. Early in the season, there were whispers floating around the league that Matthew Stafford was basically faking his back injury to skip training camp and avoid the grind. Can you believe that? Our guy who's taken hit after hit for this organization, who came to Los Angeles with one mission and delivered us a championship in his very first season, is getting accused of playing possum. The audacity of these haters is truly next level. When Coach McVay heard these accusations, his reaction was absolutely priceless and completely justified. The man who personally went to bat for Stafford, convincing owner Stanley Kroenke to pull the trigger on that blockbuster trade from Detroit, was completely floored by the suggestion that his quarterback would fake an injury. This is the same Sean McVay who has built his entire coaching philosophy around trust and accountability, and the same Matthew Stafford who has proven time and time again that he'll play through anything for this team. Remember Super Bowl LVI, when Staff was dealing with that elbow injury but still slung it all over the field, delivering dimes to Cooper Kupp? Yeah, that guy is totally the type to fake an injury. But let's talk about what's really happening here, because the truth is so much better than any conspiracy theory these doubters are cooking up. The Rams organization runs one of the smartest, most veteran-friendly programs in the entire National Football League. They understand that RHIP, which stands for rank, has its privileges, and it's a philosophy that keeps our key players fresh and ready for when it actually mattered. You don't see Aaron Donald back in the day grinding through every single practice rep in August when he already knows what he needs to do to dominate on Sunday. The same logic applies to Matthew Stafford, who at this stage of his Hall of Fame caliber career knows exactly what his body needs to perform at the highest level. The reality is that Stafford's back injury was legitimate, and the team took the proper precautions to ensure their franchise quarterback would be healthy and ready to lead this offense when the game started counting. Anyone who's been paying attention to how modern NFL teams manage their veteran players understands this approach. You preserve your assets. You don't run them into the ground during meaningless practices and preseason games. The Rams have always been ahead of the curve on player management, and that's one of the reasons why guys want to play in Los Angeles. Now let's get to the really exciting part, because what Matthew Stafford is doing this season is absolutely spectacular, and it's driving the haters absolutely crazy. At 37 years old, an age where most quarterbacks are either retired or clearly declining, our guy is putting up numbers that have people talking MVP caliber production. And you want to know why? It's because he's finally got the complete arsenal of weapons that a quarterback of his talent level deserves. Sure, he had some great receivers in Detroit, but nothing like what he's working with right now in Los Angeles. Let's break down this offensive firepower because it's absolutely insane. First, you've got Puka Nacua, who burst onto the scene and immediately established himself as one of the most dynamic young receivers in the entire league. The connection between Stafford and Puka has been electric from day one. Then you add Cooper Kupp, who's one of the most reliable route runners and hands in football history. But wait, it gets even better, because the front office went out and made one of the most shocking moves of the offseason by bringing in Davante Adams. That's right, one of the elite receivers in the entire NFL, now catching bombs from Matthew Stafford. The chemistry between these two has been developing beautifully, and defenses are absolutely terrified trying to figure out how to cover all these weapons. And it's not just the big names either. The Rams have cultivated an entire stable of young, talented offensive weapons who are hungry to contribute and make plays. Guys who are running crisp routes, making tough catches in traffic, and giving Stafford options all over the field. Sean McVay's offensive scheme has always been brilliant, with its pre-snap motion creative formation and multiple options on every play. But now, with this level of talent executing those concepts, it's almost unfair. Stafford has the freedom to improvise and make the defense pay for any mistake they make, and he's doing exactly that week after week. What makes this even more special is that Matthew Stafford has always had the arm talent, the football IQ, and the toughness to be elite. But for so many years in Detroit, he was stuck on teams that just didn't have enough pieces around him. Now in Los Angeles, with McVay's genius, play calling a solid offensive line protecting him, and weapons everywhere he looks, Stafford is showing the entire NFL what he's capable of when everything comes together. This isn't some fluke or lucky season. This is a Hall of Fame quarterback finally getting to operate with a championship caliber supporting cast. The conspiracy theorists can talk all they want about whether the Rams somehow orchestrated this whole situation, but let's be real here. The results speak for themselves, and they're spectacular. When you watch Matthew Stafford dissect defenses with pinpoint accuracy, when you see him drop dimes into tight windows, when you watch him extend plays with his pocket presence and deliver strikes downfield, it's crystal clear that this man is playing at an incredibly high level. You can't fake that kind of production. You can't scheme your way into the kind of seasons Stafford is having without genuine elite quarterback play. And let's give credit where credit is due to Sean McVay for building this environment where veterans are respected and managed properly. McVay understood from day one that Stafford was the key to bringing championships to Los Angeles, and he's done everything in his power to put his quarterback in position to succeed. From the trade that brought him here to the roster construction to the in-season adjustments, McVay has been all in on Matthew Stafford, and it's paying massive dividends right now. The fact that some people around the league were questioning Stafford's injury or suggesting he was avoiding work is honestly laughable when you look at his track record. This is a guy who started 179 consecutive games at one point in his career. Matthew Stafford is the epitome of toughness and dedication. He's played through injuries that would sideline most quarterbacks, and he's never made excuses. For anyone to suggest he'd fake an injury to skip training camp shows a complete lack of understanding about who Matthew Stafford is as a competitor and as a person. What we're witnessing right now is special Rams fans, and we need to appreciate every single moment of it. A 37-year-old quarterback playing at an elite level, surrounded by weapons in a scheme that maximizes his strengths, is not something that happens often in the NFL. This is a perfect storm of talent, coaching, and opportunity coming together, and Matthew Stafford is seizing it with both hands. The way he's commanding the offense, making pre-snap adjustments, and delivering in crucial moments is exactly what championship teams need from their signal caller. The beauty of this entire situation is that while other teams and fans want to create drama and conspiracy theories about the Rams, the only thing that matters is what's happening on the field. And what's happening on the field is Matthew Stafford is cooking defenses on a weekly basis. He's spreading the ball around to multiple receivers. He's making smart decisions with the football, and he's leading this team exactly the way Sean McVay envisioned when they made that trade. The connection between these two is special, and it's built on mutual respect and trust. Looking ahead, the future is incredibly bright for the Rams with Stafford under center. As long as he's healthy and surrounded by this kind of talent, there's no reason to think this offense can't continue to operate at an elite level. The combination of veteran leadership from Stafford's explosive playmaking from the receivers and McVay's creative offensives makes the Rams one of the most dangerous teams in the entire NFC. Opponents better take notice, because when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, it's nearly impossible to stop. The narrative that Matthew Stafford somehow faked his way through the offseason is not only false, but it's disrespectful to everything he's accomplished. This man came to Los Angeles with one goal to win champions, and he delivered in his first year. Now he's showing the league that he's still got plenty left in the tank, and with the right pieces around him, he can compete with any quarterback in football. The respect that Sean McVay has for his quarterback is completely warranted, and the results this season are proving that the Rams made the right call in how they handled the situation. So to all the doubters and conspiracy theorists out there, keep talking, because the Rams and Matthew Stafford are going to keep winning. There's something special brewing in Los Angeles, and it's being led by a quarterback who's proving that age is just a number when you've got the talent, work ethic, and supporting cast to succeed. The way this offense is humming right now has to have the rest of the league worried, because when the Rams are firing on all cylinders with Stafford making plays, they're as dangerous as any team in football. Rams house, let's give our quarterback and coaching staff the credit they deserve for navigating through the noise and focusing on what matters, winning football game. The bond between McVay and Stafford is real. The talent on this roster is undeniable, and the future is bright. Don't let anyone diminish what this team is accomplishing this season, because it's special, and we're lucky to be witnessing it. Horns up, baby. Let's ride this wave all the way to another champion. If you're loving this Rams content and want to stay updated on all the latest news, analysis, and hot takes, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the like button to show your support. Drop a comment below and let me know. What do you think about these wild rumors surrounding Stafford? Option A. The haters are just jealous of what the Rams are building. Option B. The conspiracy theories show how much respect teams have for McVay's genius.